hard work is exactly like sleeping. Poor people sleep, rich people sleep. You do need sleep or you will die. So poor people work hard, rich people work hard. It's not the differentiating factor. They both, what's the difference? You want to find the key thing they do differently. It's not what people do the same that helps you. I know what people do the same. Think about it, bodies. What do most people in America do? Eat junk food and get fat. So studying them isn't going to help you that much. You have to find, that's why Malcolm Gladwell wrote the book Outliers. You got to study the people, outliers. So the top 10 men in the world make more money than 3.5 billion at the bottom.
Wow.
Just put that in perspective, it's 3,500 million people. It's a lot, right? So the reason is because, well, that's the mystery. What do the 10 do that those 3.5 billion, thousands of millions of people don't do? And so when you answer that, then you figure out how to make more money. So they do things like, like Warren Buffett, doesn't believe in working hard. Warren Buffett says my investment strategy borders on sloth. He said when other people are trading stocks all the time at work, he makes one big trade every 2 years. It appears to be slothfulness. But you do more thinking. Thinking is when. It's kind of like Conor McGregor in that fight with Aldo, where he knocked out Aldo in 37 seconds, I think it was. He came out and he interviewed and he said, you remember what he said? Anybody know?
I'd like to thank no one.
Absolutely nobody.
No, about precision.
Oh, precision
beats power. So it's like you got people that
That's true.
power, they try to work harder, and then you got other people that are precision. You only need to knock somebody out. You need one precise hit right there. You don't have to go 12 rounds with some. You don't want to go 12 rounds. The goal of life is less input, more output. The goal of life is to design a car, less gas, more miles. Anytime I see people glorifying hard work, the only good thing about hard work is if it's physical manual labor. When I used to live on a farm, it'll make you strong. So there is some benefit. But people working hard in a business setting in terms of stressing themselves out, waking up at 4 a.m, going to bed at 9, you're literally depleting your adrenal glands, depleting you're spiking your cortisol, and you're probably not working that smart. There's only so many hours in a day. You can't outwork 3.5 billion people. You think the top 10 people, if they work 24 hours a day, how many hours could they work? Maximum combined, 240, right?
240, yeah.
The bottom 3.5 billion people, if they just worked 1 hour a day, would work 3.5 billion hours a day. 3.5 billion versus 240. But the 240 people hour group makes more than the 3.5 billion if they only worked 1 hour. So this proves my point. The fact that people argue this, I will tell you a very powerful skill that I would recommend you learn to read. Logic. Logic is dead, boy. People debate. You should take debate. Debate is a very powerful skill because it forces you to hone your skills of thinking. Critical thinking is another way to think it. I can decide for myself usually when somebody gives a piece of advice whether it's garbage or not, and most advice is garbage. My advice to most people, if I could go back in time, is literally, if I could brainwash myself, clean out almost nothing people say is true. Just remember that, almost nothing. People say money doesn't make you happy, which is an incomplete statement. It's not that simple.
Yeah.
Money, in a sense, won't make you happy. In another sense, it'll make you very happy. People, like I said, the education system is basically all built wrong. Even simple things like I was saying, giving your kids an allowance to do chores. Why would you do that? They're part of a family unit. Why should you have to do that? The parents don't get paid for doing it. What you do, and Joel Salatin, here's a crazier one Joel Salatin used to tell me. Just simple societal things that make no sense. He said, why when parents punish their kids, do they give them chores? Like, you have to do the dishes. He said, so what you've now trained your kid's brain is that work, like maintaining the house, is punishment. See, you know what the Amish used to do, and guys like Joel Salatin, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Talk about a mind fuck for parents to do to their kids in a positive way, is that I stayed with this guy, Sam Chupp, and his son forgot to get the eggs from the chickens. Or no, he forgot to milk the cow. That's what it was. So he came back. He was like 6 years old, and Sam says to his son, he says, you know, you really hurt that cow because it hurts when they don't get milked. And the son's like, oh, I'm sorry. So the dad goes, you can't come with me and your brothers on the construction crew today. You got to stay here with your mom. And I remember his son fell on the ground crying, like, please take me. Because young kids want to be a part. In society, we destroyed people's creativity by punishing. Don't punish with doing stuff. Punish by taking it away. Be like, okay. The parents, what they should do is like, if you're good, I'll let you start a business.
Yeah.
If you're bad,
That's right.
you have to only play video games while your brother makes $100,000 by 14.
That's good.
You want to get kids, parents think, they complain that their kids don't do enough. I'm like, I know why they don't do enough, because you're a bad parent in terms of understanding motivation. If you have any brains, you do exactly what I say. You got 3 kids, each of them you give a business, help them. You can help them, make sure they start making a little bit of money. Don't give any of the other kids any money. Then take the kid who's making $100 a week and take him to the candy store, take him to the toy store. He comes home with all, and the other 2 kids are sitting there. They got one video game they got from grandma. They're ready to buy the other one, and the one of the kids is just making more than all of them. All of a sudden, you can have 3 entrepreneurs. Got to use a little reverse psychology on it.
I like that, man.
Yeah.
That's good.
You can do that for adults.
Yeah.
That's why people saying that materialism isn't good, like I show Lamborghinis, are morons. Because I got more people motivated to read books than anyone in history.
True.
Because a lot of people are motivated by material things.
Yeah.
People are so dumb to think that I don't get high off my own supply. I understand how to use the supply. You know what I'm saying? So I don't go in my garage and rub my cars and all of that. People think I'm this materialistic guy. I'm like, no, I'm outthinking you. You too slow.
Yeah.
You too slow. I have a goal. The goal is to motivate people toward a certain end. In this case, it's an end that's good for society. People still criticize it because people too slow. But whenever they're too slow, Charlie Munger said, if it wasn't for do you remember this? The stupidity of others, you wouldn't be so rich.
Yeah.
If every 14-year-old was sharp, you'd be competing with every 14-year-old would try to be on stage. Most 14-year-olds,
Yeah.
they're trying to figure out, God knows what. Not. So stay ahead of the curve. It's not hard anymore. It's getting easier. It's a better world now.
It's true.
People are getting more followers, less leaders. Everybody becomes a follower. That's great. You can become the leader.